This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Syracuse will kick off and we'll be underway. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Nevada Wolfpack offense heads out and they'll have the ball first. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game, maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Fires it incomplete. The Wolfpack with a long way to go to convert this third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on third down.
They booted away on fourth down. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. Turns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. So Syracuse's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number one.
Offense with jumbo personnel. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got his man downfield. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the...
Ball is loose. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. On the option. He'll toss it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. This field goal attempt is going to be an even 50-yarder. Oh, and the attempt is no good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal, miss, make, rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. The Wolfpack might think about being aggressive on 2nd and short. Quarterback on the keeper. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Tries to slither forward on the sneak. And they needed an inch, and they didn't get it. This defense gives up nothing, and you'll like it. Here comes the field goal unit. Between the uprights, it's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Here comes the option. There he goes. He has the first and still on his feet. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the wideout. Hauls it in. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. They'll go back to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And you will always remember your first, and how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Right on the money. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Evanson. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Here's a heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Just keep slinging it. They'll run the screen. That probably looked way better on the play sheet than it did on the field. The screen gets nothing.
It didn't look good on the field, that's for dang sure. You know, you got to invite those guys up the field and kind of sell that you're going to throw the ball deep.
A lot of room to the right. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Nevada, 10. Syracuse, 0.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. That's caught. It's good. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. They'll keep it on the ground. Just working and poking and prodding and finding its way up to the 36. We've reached the break. It's Nevada holding the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I just think such a big part of this offense is being physical and establishing the run game. They haven't had a lot of success offensively early in this one, and that's why right there. They're not able to get this guy going yet. That's got to change as this game goes on.
Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Pulls it in. It's good. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Syracuse has a really nice drive going.
42 Spider.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
This offense has got to get this thing going, man. Nowhere to go. Where do you want the running back to go? He gets tackled for a loss. Offensive line has to block better. They got to create some holes. They've gone nowhere. Several drives, no points. They need something to go right for this offense.
The Orange now facing a 3rd and short. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and they'll mark it at the 48. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Softened him up with a run, now to throw. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
Give to the running back. Oh, he got loose. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field, and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
From the gun, the running back has it. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. Syracuse doing business in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He's got it, and he will score. Touchdown, CUSE.
quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The give to the left side. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. And that's going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Nevada comes to the line facing 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Hauls it in. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down. Nevada will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Motion from the wide receiver. The play action fake. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
Yeah, and there's nothing harder on a defense than when you run play action and you suck me up a few steps. And you got tight ends like this, Palmer, that can run down the field, be a big target, and make big plays behind those linebackers.
Man, they're changing the position now, too, I think, Dave. There are more and more athletic guys playing the tight end position today in college football that can run down the field vertically and make plays like that. These aren't just blockers and guys that catch flat routes. These guys now can hurt you. They've got an outstanding weapon at the tight end position there.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Syracuse has a really nice drive going.
3-25.
They'll move the wide receiver. Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Orange. On to attempt the try. You have to wonder what the defense was thinking there. I mean, he just gashed them all by himself.
Right, and you think quarterback runs sometimes, but you can't think about it all the time. You got misdirection. There's so many things to look at. The quarterback can throw it, but when you got an athlete behind center that can do that, it's just frustrating. Too many things to try to stop.
Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Pressure coming. Going to try to get it himself. And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping them up and getting to the ground.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Defense needed that stop badly. They gave up a touchdown. They gave up a field goal. Here they are in the third possession. They've got to find a way to get off the field. So really nice job on a critical third down, forcing an incompletion.
They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
That last play is what you call a drive starter. They're out to the 47. It's first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. He'll keep it himself. Runs through the tackle.
They go with the option. Quarterback keeps it himself. And look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
Got it in the middle. It's good. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
Okay, ready?
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run the option. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. The Orange with a ton of options available on 2nd and short. They'll run play action. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. Touchdown, Syracuse. A great catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, Dave, and hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And a special teams miscue as the kickoff goes out of bounds. Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. Looking to throw on first down. Spits it out to the back. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Really good coverage by this defense. They were aware of everyone on the field and including the running back. A lot of times those guys get lost in the shuffle, but they saw him. They knew the ball was going to him. They braked on it. Did it.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Trying to escape and get it himself. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. And while the pass is incomplete, the flag is down. I think that was a free play for this offense. Defense was in the neutral zone.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
Lions on the move. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
It's caught downfield. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
If I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Under fire. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
And when you turned on the tape of this guy last week, man, you saw play after play, and he had 3 sacks last week. This week, he's already got his second. He has been flying all over the field.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. So they won't get a touchdown, but a chance to put something on the board before halftime. Already proven reliable. Once he'll try a second field goal, this one a 37-yarder. Splits the uprights right down the middle. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the right. Beautifully thrown ball. Nice grab. Good footwork. Everything you want on the completion.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So he got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy pass and catch.
Here's the pressure. Got his man. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Reno.
Nevada set to kick off to start the 3rd quarter. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
On the option. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little gain because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
He'll do it himself. Got the first down. Looking for more. Oh, he's got some space. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. Now he's looking to throw it. Going over the top. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, CUSE. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go?
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
Linebackers trying to create some confusion. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Quick step and go. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. They'll leave it with him. Creates a little space. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
He'll pull it on the read. Gets it past the marker. Busts through behind his pad. Touchdown, Orange! And the punishment has been extended.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And they tack on the extra point. It's 35-13. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Oklahoma was relentless today in a road win that frankly wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Sooners performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. Just another week in the Big 12 where anything can happen on any given Saturday. As we send things back to you guys.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not there. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And this defense just continues to dominate the football game. This score is lopsided. It's not looking good. But I know one thing. If you can't protect that guy, there's no chance for you to win this game or the future games.
He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity ladder. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the 3rd quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, if you're the quarterback, you're happy to oblige. When you've got the playmakers you have offensively, just keep chucking them.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. The give to the tailback. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Finds a soft spot in the middle. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of the...
Touchdown, Syracuse! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to add another to their lead. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football, be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip him in the secondary, make that big play.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. The RPO, it's complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
From the gun, running back gets the give. Fighting off the defender. He's knocked down for a loss of 7.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones. D linemen staying in their gaps. Linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Nevada way behind the sticks on this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged out of the air. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Looks it in at the 40. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. The option look. Now the pitch. Breaks the tackle. Makes it past the marker. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Quarterback on the keeper. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in 2nd and short, 2nd and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Syracuse comes to the line on 1st and goal.
Let's go!
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, CUSE. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Sends it back in motion. To the air on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the 1st down.
I know the offense.
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Off play action on 1st down. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Evanson. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Makes a connection. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Base 27 jump. Base 27 jump.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking downfield on 1st down. Zings it complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. period starts with a second down play. He leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the fourth quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the second half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one right there. This offensive line has had problems all night long.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, first down and more. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. Nevada comes to the line on first and goal. He'll try to get it in with the run. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther. They'll give it another shot on second and goal from the 4. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on the football.
Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Bringing it back.
It's just part of playing with position, and that's an interception this young man's going to learn from. That's the first interception he's thrown in his college football career, and guess what? It's probably not going to be his last. You got to turn the page and learn from it.
The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. You build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Got a man. It's Jordan. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
It's caught. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. He'll keep it himself. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Man, it's so nice to have a QB that can do that can run and make plays when you need it. Late in the football game, trying to run this clock out, preserve the win. He picks up the big first down and keeps the clock moving.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
He'll do it himself. Headed to the end zone, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Orange. They push the lead out here in the fourth quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
They're going to ride this running back. He stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. The Wolfpack now has its work cut out on 2nd and long. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one. Way too much grabbing and tugging there. No way the official's going to miss that one. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. This Nevada offense really has it going. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
Nevada, after throwing it in reverse, has a lot of work to do on 2nd down. Bringing the heat. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And just pressure. You got to love the ability to get to the quarterback, make him feel uncomfortable. And then the cherry on the sundae, Jesse, is getting him on the ground and forcing a long yardage situation for your offense.
Yeah, life is chaotic for this quarterback right now, David. No doubt about it. This pocket is collapsing, and you saw it on that last play. He does not have time to set his feet, survey the field, and make an accurate throw.
The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happen today.
Breaks into the open. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Offense will try to strike on 1st and 10. Quarterback will keep it. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some...
Lots of room to run. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. Syracuse ready to go to work with another 1st down. From the gun, the ground game. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And they'll pick up just a few on this run, and that'll bring us to the end of the ball game. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously